Over the past 26 years, Emory and Henry has won 16 state and national awards for teaching. Most recently, an Emory and Henry chemistry professor has been awarded the 2014 Virginia Outstanding Faculty Award by the State Council for Higher Education in Virginia. Joining me on the Allen set today is Dr. Michael Lane. Thank you for being here today.
Thank you for having me.
Now, I want to begin. Before you received this award, what did you know about it?
Kind of the same things that you knew probably, that we had several faculty who had won the awards before. And as you know, I was a student here, so I actually had a chance to have some of those faculty in the past. So I was aware of the quality of the faculty that and the types of qualities that they look for in those awards.
Right, so knowing the magnitude of this award, what was your initial reaction when you found out that you were this year's recipient?
Well, I was very honored. It is a great honor. You know, we've been lucky in the chemistry department. Dr. Jim Dushaw won this award a few years ago. I think to me it talks or says a lot about the type of program that we've built in the natural sciences, because you know, we really are a kind of a community of teachers. I think that to win this award, it gets awarded to one person, but it really comes about because everybody's supporting each other, and you get a tremendous support from your department and your division as well. So I was very humbled.
Now, you mentioned that you are an Emory and Henry alum. Tell me about your experience here as a student.
Well, you know, Emory certainly has changed some, but I imagine the experiences are a lot very similar to what they are today. You know, the academics, I think, are very demanding. One of the great things about Emory and the liberal arts education that we provide is, I think, the challenges that you receive outside of your discipline. And so I think when I think of Emory and Henry and the education, that's what stands out to me, is that some of the classes that I was pushed in the most were in religion, or in my core courses, what we now call ETLA. And the ability to learn from professors outside of your discipline, I think ultimately, once you leave here, once I left here, it taught me skills that I was able to fall back on that really helped me in my career before I came back to Emory as a teacher, and help me still today.
And after you left Emory, you studied at Stanford, worked in New York. What brought you back to Emory and Henry?
Well, there was a number of things. My family's still here. My wife's family, who's also an Emory alum, is still in the area. So there was a strong motivating force to come back for that. And then there was this sense of, you know, Emory obviously focused on community service and giving back. There was this idea that, you know, Emory had given me so much. Maybe it was time that my wife and I, who also used to teach here before we had our daughter, should come back and try and pass along the things that we'd been given.
Once you came back, did your perspective on the institution change from a student to a professor?
Maybe a little bit. I think as a student you aren't always aware of everything that goes on, but as a faculty member, you know, you really get to see in action some of the things that we like to talk about when we talk about bullet points. I mean, there's a truth to it that when you step on this campus as a student from day one, everybody from faculty to staff to grounds crew are working to help you get to where you need to be. And so you really see that, I think, more kind of when you take a step back and you're not so worried about classes and things like that.
Mm-hmm. And bringing it back to the classroom, do you have a favorite success story, maybe of a student or a mentorship?
I have probably a few. The one that stands out to me is a person that I consider a good friend of mine. Alex Clement actually recruited before he came to Emory. At the time, I was helping co-chair the honors program, and Alex is a very bright young man. But if you know Alex was also a very disgruntled young man, probably is the best way to say it. He wasn't sure what he wanted to do. He wasn't even sure he wanted to be in college. So I spent a lot of time talking to Alex and his parents, and ultimately he decided to come to Emory. We got him involved in chemistry. Because we're Emory and Henry, we were able to let Alex do some things, like go to a national lab and spend a semester there, that he wouldn't have been able to do at bigger schools. And ultimately, that led Alex to decide he wanted to go into materials science. And now he's actually working for a good friend of mine in New York in graduate school. And so Alex and I get to continue this collaboration beyond what we had at Emory. So I think that's probably my favorite story.
Does receiving this award change anything for you as a professor looking forward?
I don't think it changes anything for me. I think it reemphasizes that what makes us all successful here are that we all have the same goals, and that's to make sure that our students have as many opportunities as we possibly can give them. And so it makes me want to continue to look for opportunities and look for those students who are anxious to take advantage of those opportunities.
So, Dr. Lane, what's next for you?
Well, I'm on sabbatical in the fall, so that's immediately what's next. And that'll give me a chance to kind of reset. I've got a grant that's ending at the start of this summer. So what I'm looking at doing this semester and then over the summer is kind of the next stage of my research, so that we'll be able to continue to provide opportunities for students.
Well, Dr. Lane, congratulations on your award.
Well, thank you very much.
And thank you for being here today.
Thank you.
And thank you for watching. This has been your EHCtv feature interview. For Dr. Lane, I'm Emily Carrier, and now we'll send it over to Tweet, Pray, Love with Cole Conley.